Hi everyone, my name is Heather Tucker and I am the CEO of Team Be the Change. I am a Diamond Coach and a Success Club 5 All-Star and just a couple months away from being a Success Club 10 All-Star. So I'm so excited to welcome you guys into this group. If you have not been personally invited by me, most likely one of the other leaders that is running this group with me has invited you, or somebody on her team or my team has reached out to you or invited you to this opportunity. So this week is all about learning what it is that we do as a Team Beachbody coach, as mompreneurs, stay-at-home moms, whatever it is that you are and whatever it is that sparked your interest in being here. We just want to take the time to share what it is that we do as coaches, how it's changed our lives personally, share a little bit about our stories, where we came from, how we got involved, and how this could really affect you and your future life starting now. So these next 5 days will give us a chance to answer all of the common questions that come up that people tend to have about Beachbody, about coaching, and about us as a team. So I'm running this group with a few other leader coaches and my team, and I'm so excited for you to learn all about what it is that we do. So right now I'm just going to share a little bit about myself. My background and how I got into coaching, very simple. I grew up in a home, we were completely into food, but also I was always in sports and always was able to stay trim, but I ate a ton of crap food growing up. I took that type of eating into my adult life, started gaining weight right away out of high school, probably put on about 10, 20 pounds easy. Got into the party scene, used to go out karaokeing all the time, drank quite a bit, stayed up late. After the bars would close, we'd go and eat like this big meal at like 2 in the morning at Denny's. And I did this at least 3 to 4 times a week. And it just really caught up to me. By the time that I got married, I was already a little bit on the heavier side, started, having our family, and so had Cody, who's now 19, gained not that much weight because I had diabetes with him, so I kind of had to be careful with what I put into my mouth, but was married to somebody that was just not nice. He was very abusive in his wording. Physically, a couple of times he got there, and he just really made me feel awful about myself. He would always make comments during my pregnancy, if you get fat, I'm leaving you. And so I was always, in the back of my mind, worried that I was going to be left alone with this baby. And what was I going to do? I was just starting off as an adult, didn't really have a lot of experience as far as work went under my belt, and so I stayed, with him even though he was not nice. So I had Cody. A couple years later, got pregnant with Michael, and did put on some more weight with him. When I was pregnant with Michael, the marriage had gotten pretty bad. So by the time Michael was maybe, I want to say 2 or 3 months old, he decided to leave and the marriage was done. I was bummed at first, but it turned out to be the best thing for me because God rescued me from a very abusive situation and showed me that I could do this on my own. And so I did start doing the single mom thing on my own. Did that for about a year, started to get a little bit in shape during that time. Kind of was fooling around on the internet and met my now husband Chuck through a dating website. And when I met his family, they were so different. They were so into food and not feeling shameful. He comes from a family where they're overweight, but they feed each other with food and they love each other with food. And so I became very comfortable with my eating. Did not feel like I had to hide the food that I was eating, and I just got felt loved, and accepted. So we got married, and let's see, I'm trying to remember the timeline. We tried to have our own baby. I had 2 miscarriages, and after the second miscarriage, I fell into this big depression. Started having panic attacks all the time. Was so depressed, so in my head, that I started eating my feelings. Gained quite a bit of weight. Got pregnant with Joshua, who's now 10. And after I had Joshua, I had a very, very hard time losing weight. As a matter of fact, the depression kept, continuing. I actually got all the way up to 235 pounds. During that time, I had to go back to work because we needed the income. And as a full-time worker, it was so hard for me to say no to things that my coworkers were bringing. So my sugar habit just went nuts. I mean, I could not pass up anything that was sugar. So I was bringing it in the house. I was eating it at work. Chuck would bring it home. Chuck's an amazing baker, by the way. He makes really great cakes, cookies, and all this stuff. So we were eating a ton of stuff all the time. And again, got up to 235 pounds. And so very unhappy with myself. Struggled with social anxiety. Was so embarrassed and so not comfortable in my own skin, to the point where I even was ordering groceries from Vons to bring to our house because I was that embarrassed of people seeing me. I mean, it was awful. So around that time, I was watching TV and I saw an infomercial with Chalene Johnson, who was showing her Turbo Jam at that time, and it was reminding me of when I was on the dance team in high school. I was very attracted to her spunk and her energy, and I'm I want that type of energy back. So I ordered the program, started to see some results, kept ordering programs, fitness programs. I would see them on TV and I would order them, not even knowing that there was this coaching opportunity because no one reached out to me and told me about it. So there you go. But last year, I had seen T25 on the TV, and I was ready for a change. I was done. I'm I'm just done with this weight. I'm done with feeling horrible about myself. And so a few months prior, I was on Facebook and I noticed my coach, Anita, and saw her page, and she was just so sweet and so loving and so just inspiring all the time. And it made me want to be a better person. I reached out to her, asked her about this coaching opportunity, how I can get involved. And so what I did at that time was, because I was already ready for a new program, I signed up to be a coach at the same time as purchasing my next fitness program. So I knew that I wanted to help others, but I wasn't sure how to go about it and stuff. And so during my being in her challenge group, her helping me to pull me out of myself, learned about clean eating, broke my sugar habit with Shakeology, which I have tried to do for years, and nothing worked except Shakeology for me. So I am a huge lover of Shakeology, or Crackology as I call it, because I love it so much. But it seriously broke this amazing or horrible habit I had of sugar, but it helped me to create a new habit of not even wanting sugar. It was great. So I started using that and just really fell in love with the results I was having. I started sharing about my results, just personal results, on my social media page on Facebook, and people started to flock to me. I could not believe how many people out there need help and motivation to stay on track just like I did. And it just really opened my eyes to this opportunity that we have as women, or as men, if you're watching as a man, that our friends and family need us. They need that support, and I wanted to do that for somebody else. So I started going through training. I learned how to be a coach. I learned how to run my own challenge groups. I learned how to invite people to challenge groups, how to talk to people about their goals, how to find out where they're at with their struggles and things. And that's basically how I got into being a coach. So I've been a coach for a little bit over a year, have achieved some amazing successes along the way. Like I mentioned above, Success Club All-Star 5, which means I've consistently helped 3 women a month for the past year, and consistently helped 5 people a month for almost a year. So I've almost hit that next goal, which is amazing. It's a huge, huge thing to be able to do that. And I'm really proud of that. And so now, as a coach, I'm wanting to bring others onto my team to help, spread out our mission, to help end the trend of obesity, and to help other women feel so good about themselves, and just to bring that comfortable in their own skin back to them, which is what I experienced from losing over 100 pounds with this program. So I hope this helped to give you a glimpse into who I am, where I've come from, the things I've dealt with. We're going to dive more into what coaching is about, get all your questions answered, how I've created freedom for myself, how I was able to fire my own boss from corporate America, how we are compensated, stuff like that. So we'll definitely get to that this week. For now, though, I'd love for you all to take the time to post a comment directly underneath this video with an introduction of yourself, along with a picture of yourself or your family, and just include why you're interested in hearing about coaching. So a sample introduction would be, hi, I'm a mom, I'm 29, have 3 kids, I'm interested in hearing about coaching because, and then just list what the goals are that you have for being inside this group and what you'd like to learn, and we'll see if this is something that is meant for you to do to help reach your goals in fitness and in health, as well as create freedom for your family. So I'm excited to have you guys all in this group. Just as an FYI, the leaders inside this group have decided to only allow admins to post to the group so that the important information that you will need to learn about coaching won't get pushed down to the bottom and lost inside the group. So as you watch the daily videos each day, please post your comments and questions directly underneath the video as a comment. Okay, so that's just a little FYI. So we're really excited to rock this group out with you and to get you all the information you need to join our team. So welcome, and please post below who you are and why you're here. Thank you, guys.